Marcus had been sitting at the corner table of Rosario's Italian bistro for 45 minutes, his phone face down, his hope quietly dissolving into the breadsticks he kept nervously breaking apart. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of small moments to change lives, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness True Stories. Also, tell us in the comments, where in the world are you watching from? The date had been set up by his co-worker Dana, who had described her friend, Serena, as the kind of woman who makes the whole room feel warmer just by walking in. Marcus had dressed carefully, arrived early, ordered sparkling water, and waited, and waited, and waited some more. The candle on the table had burned down a full inch by the time he finally accepted what most men would have accepted 20 minutes earlier. He had been stood up. He signaled the waiter, ready to pay for his water and disappear quietly into the night, when the front door of the restaurant slammed open. So hard the little bell above it flew off its hook and skidded across the floor. Two little girls, no older than 7 or 8, identical in every way, same dark curly hair, same brown eyes wide with terror, same pink sneakers flashing as they ran, burst through the entrance screaming at the top of their lungs. "Help, please help! They're hurting our mom!" Every head in the restaurant turned. Forks froze midair. A woman at the bar knocked over her wine glass. Marcus was already on his feet before his brain had fully caught up with his body. He crossed the restaurant in seconds and dropped to his knees in front of the two trembling girls. Hey, I've got you. What happened? Where is your mom?" The girls grabbed his arms, both talking at once, their words tumbling over each other in terrified waves. From what he could piece together, their mother had been walking them to the restaurant. She was meeting someone here for dinner, when 2 men on the sidewalk had started harassing her, demanding her purse. When she refused, one of them grabbed her. The girls had run inside to get help. Marcus stood up and turned to the restaurant. "Call 911 right now," he said clearly to the waiter behind the counter, who was already reaching for the phone. Then he looked at the older couple seated nearest the door. "Please stay with these girls. Don't let them outside." The woman was already opening her arms to the children before he finished the sentence. Marcus walked out the front door into the cool night air. He found her 20 feet away, near the alley beside the restaurant, struggling against a man who had her wrist twisted behind her back while his companion rifled through her fallen bag on the ground. She was small but fierce, refusing to stop fighting even though her face was tight with pain. Marcus didn't hesitate. He was not a violent man by nature, but he was broad-shouldered, 6'2", and running entirely on adrenaline. "Let her go," he said, his voice low and steady in a way that surprised even himself. The 2 men looked up. Something in his expression made the one holding her loosen his grip just slightly. Enough. She wrenched her arm free and stumbled toward Marcus. He stepped forward, placing himself between her and the 2 men. "The police have already been called," he said. "You got about 90 seconds to make a decision." They ran. He didn't chase them. He turned immediately to the woman who was shaking, cradling her wrist against her chest. "Are you okay? Can you walk?" She nodded, tears streaming silently down her face, and then she looked up at him and froze. He froze too. Something about her eyes, warm, dark, familiar, even though he had never seen her face before, made him feel like he was recognizing someone. "I'm Serena," she whispered. His mouth opened and closed once. "I'm Marcus," he said quietly. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then it hit her all at once. The dinner reservation, the time, the restaurant right beside them. And she let out a sound that was somehow both a laugh and a sob. "I was coming to meet you," she said. "I was 10 minutes away and I dropped everything and the girls ran and I didn't know if they were safe." "They're inside," he said quickly. "They're safe? They ran in and got help. They're the bravest kids I've ever seen." Serena pressed her free hand over her mouth and closed, her eyes with relief, so profound it seemed to move through her whole body. The police arrived 4 minutes later. Statements were given, descriptions provided, wrists examined, bruised but not broken. The restaurant manager, a kind older man named Giuseppe, ushered the whole group inside, sat them at the biggest table. and refused to hear a word about payment for anything they ordered. The twin girls, Maya and Mia, sat on either side of Marcus and informed him, very seriously, that he was brave, that they liked his jacket, and that he should probably marry their mother. Serena, holding a glass of water with both hands, laughed so genuinely at that Marcus felt something settle in his chest, like a key turning in a lock. They talked until the restaurant closed. They talked in the parking lot for another hour after that. None of it felt like a first date. All of it felt like a beginning. Sometimes life doesn't deliver what you planned. Sometimes it delivers something that had to happen exactly the way it did. Messy, terrifying, unscheduled, and real for two people to finally find each other. If this story moved your heart, please show your love and support by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel Kindness True Stories, where every story is a reminder that goodness still walks among us.